Yes, the diversity was the key word, because I wanted to cover different kind of styles and topics that has been handled in the films during the last 20 years. And there has been some phases. For example, the first 15 years it was quite lonely time, because after the Pathfinder there was practically only one director who made sound films on regular basis in the 90s. But then at the turn of the century there was a big change. There was more film education, and of course the video equipment, they became lighter, and so it was cheaper and easier to start making films, and also these film festivals like Skamakova, they have supported to each other. And for example, in the beginning of the millennium, there were a lot of films about Sami identity, because that was a quite new thing to handle in a new way. So there were many of these film directors. They were city born Sami, so they used the camera as some kind of tool to handle their own identity issues, and try to find where they were back to the culture.
Any questions or comments? Just raise your hand.
I do. I'm kind of really shy to ask it. It might be my own. I don't know. I'm Baltic myself, and I was talking to one of my Finnish girlfriends before I came to the screening, and I just my own personal curiosity in terms of. So there's the indigenous Sami people, and I said, so who are the Finns? And if the Samis are the real Finns, who are the Finns then? And I pardon me for my ignorance, but I'm just trying to figure that out. And
well, Finns are immigrants.
Pardon me?
Well, Finns have they have come later to Finland, of course, because Samis have been there. So far that we don't know how long time ago they came there. So there's a difference, even that the Sami and Finnish languages, they are related, and Estonia too. Yeah. But Sami is a different culture, and it has 10 different language groups, and we are living in 4 different countries, from Russia to Finland, Sweden, and Norway. Yeah. So that's what we are trying to protect, and just use art as a form to express who we are, and where we are trying to get.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hello?
Hi, the very last film obviously was a protest. Can you explain the history, what was happening in the last film about, seemed to be anti-logging, and it ended, we are still here?
Yes. Well, in fact, this film was dedicated to people who have lost their lives when they have fought because of the Sami rights. So the pictures that you see, that they were from different locations, and most famous of them was the Alta demonstration in Norway, when Sami people with environmentalists start to fight Norwegian government, who wanted to make a dam in the middle of Sami reindeer herding area, and that became the biggest happening in the Norwegian history. So I think there was some 600 policemen they taking care of these people, and it was a battle that took years. So finally the Norwegian government, they made the dam, but they admitted later that it wasn't that necessary. So it was just a question of honor, I think.
Other questions?
I just have a comment. I just want to say thank you. It was an absolutely beautiful program of films. I had seen a couple of them years ago at Imaginative, the Quite Ugly Frog, and Sami in the City was one of my favorite films at Imaginative of all time that I've seen. So I just thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone behind me really loved Quite an Ugly Frog. Someone in this area. Yeah, from that. That was fantastic.
Yes, animation is the latest one that we have in Sami film, and this is Jouni Westwood who made this film, and also the Aikin film that you probably saw on Thursday. So
Yeah.
he's very talented young guy, so we are expecting much of him.
Can you tell us a bit about your particular festival again? Just the dates and the history and the types of work that you show at Skatmagoga?
Yeah, Skatmagoga was actually founded originally just to break the big and long and dark winter in our village. There's only 600 people living in the village. So we decided to make a festival, and of course because Inari is the capital of Samis in Finland, so it was quite natural to have a Sami film festival, and then we thought that why not all the indigenous peoples in the world, because Nils Aslak-Valkeapää, who was our big poet, he used to be a very central person in the 70s when the indigenous peoples in the world started to make network and find each other. So we thought that it would be a nice way to make the same work in new ways with the films. So we created this film festival, and all the basic elements are still there. So of course our trademark is the snow theater, which is our way to be near nature. So it will be built every winter, a brand new theater in the middle of the forest, and there's a narrow path going there lit by ice candles, and it's like a meditation going there, and then you just sit there on the reindeer skin, sipping your hot rum and watching some good films from all over the world on the snow screen, and if you're lucky enough, you can get the Northern Lights at the same time. So in fact, when we started in 1999, it happened to be the record winter. We had -50 in Inari, and we had Aboriginals from Australia visiting us, and the other one was coming from the north, from the rainforest area, and he said that the coldest place that he had been before was something like +25, and now there's -50 in there. But when we started to watch the first Aboriginal films in the snow theater, so at the same moment as little kids were swimming in the pools in the middle of an outback there, very hot conditions. So at the very same moment, we saw the Northern Lights going up to the sky. So we thought it is a good sign to us that we are doing something good now, and we have done that since then.
It's really unforgettable. The first time I was there, you're wearing like a boiler suit. Like if you're not from there, you're really gloves here and there, and you know how everyone claps in between after short programs and stuff. Everyone sounds like seals when they're like, it's just like off the big gloves. It's really amazing. Anyway, thank you so much, Jorma, for coming and sharing all this work and all the support that you've given us through the whole process. It's meant a lot to us. So thank you all for joining. We have the closing night gala at 6 p.m. tonight, and then the award winner screening afterwards. So thank you again, Jorma.
Thank you.